Welcome to Artemisia. I'm Amy Aiello, and we are going to make some terrariums today. So the three main things you'll need first are a container, your sands, and your plants. Your container is very important, and you should be inspired by it. Also in the shop we have a plethora of mosses that you can use, and gosh, different shells, rocks, feathers, tiny little birds, of course decorative birds, not real ones. It's really open-ended as far as what inspires you. Today we're going to do something I call white solitude. We're going to use a white quartz sand, some beautiful succulents, and one of my very favorite colored mosses, the light green reindeer moss. We're also going to use a 12-inch hand-blown bubble bowl. So we're going to begin by putting a little sand inside the bowl. And this is the white quartz. Just going to pour a little in to the bottom. And level it out. So we're going to begin by taking the succulents out of their pots. So you gently tip it on its side, pull down towards the base, and gently lift the pot off. And I take a little bit of the soil that's just on top of the succulents off, but I leave as much soil on the bottom as possible so we don't disturb the roots. Just like that. And we're going to put it in. This is the only moment of true commitment, is where you put the plants, where you plant them in the terrarium. Other than that, everything else can change. Pick a little bit off the top. It's a beautiful paddle plant, has a nice rosy tips. Also, if the plant has any leaves that need to be taken off, it's a good time to clean it. Now we're going to add the rest of the white sand. And what we want to happen is for the white sand to come up to cover all of the soil of the plants. And also, while we're pouring the sand in, we don't want to get it into the succulents because it'll catch the little grains of sand. So what I do is I usually pour it into a big open space and then flip the sand around. And then I get it in between the plants, around the back. And if we do get the sand on the plants, we can always take a little brush and brush the little grains out. Okay, so now we're going to put some reindeer moss in. This is my light green reindeer moss. It's actually naturally dyed and preserved. So usually mosses would want to remain wet, but because it's preserved, it can go dry and it can work in succulent terrariums, which are the dry terrariums. So this is the yellow Monterey Beach sand pebbles. I really love to use this, gosh, with all the colors of sand. It looks very beautiful with the white as well. So let's just take a few handfuls and just do a little sprinkling. I use my hands a lot, but you could use a spoon. So one of my other favorite things, these are so lovely, just some lovely green river rocks. Again, I like to let them fall in a natural way. Hand placing everything looks like it's hand placed. So maybe a little trail of them coming out. Okay, so now we're going to water the succulents. You want to use something that you can pour a little bit of water in at a time, and we're going to water right over each succulent, so right on top. The front 2-inch succulent is going to take about half a cup of water, so just dribble it on, letting it soak right in. We really want to make sure they're watered in when we first plant them. This big one will probably take more like a cup of water. And the great thing about glass is you can see through it, so you can lift up the terrarium and take a look at the bottom. And when you see a little wet spot down there, you know you've watered enough. There you go, you're done.